As we do the mid-game mic swap, the pistol round already underway. God, you know it's a good day when a DHL drop segment goes like that. So here we are, xertioN's opened up the pistol, and a 5v4 found for MOUZ. Heroic lacking a little bit of the info as to what's exactly happening on mid. They now have that spot from short. Shush at least sees them going up connect. They're going to try and chime in with one. Tessez had to put up a fight there, and with him getting nothing done, this is starting to fall apart for the Danes. Yeah, Heroic are pretty cooked here. Not going to be able to peel away back into this 2v4. And so there's a nice convincing pistol for MOUZ.
Hello there. We've gone straight from that into the game. It's quite an intense.
Wow, yeah, what a roller coaster,
yeah,
you know?
Been everything really over the last few minutes. Is everybody okay?
I mean, we're all doing fine. We were pretty good.
Yeah, you weren't the one that fell, unfortunately. But here we go. MOUZ, they're going to be a team that I think have been a little disappointing compared to what people probably would have expected coming into the group, and Heroic absolutely from that same vein. So I feel like this really is the battle of mid in terms of their performances at the moment.
The battle of mid.
Is that your favorite battle, Harry?
It's up there. One of the battles. There were a couple of other good ones.
Yeah. What's your favorite?
I don't know, what, ranking all battles ever from memory challenge, a new segment.
Towards Tetris. First kill taken off the top of the boxes. It's jabbi gone. Oh, it's a good shot back with the nade from xertioN. That's going to bring it back into a 4v3, but MOUZ should be taking this one away.
This is pretty interesting. I mean, it was supposed to be a fake, really, on B, but xertioN managed to get the kill and get the site. Then they got another kill on A, and now it's a little bit in flux, but MOUZ doing a good job with xertioN here, just sort of holding off any rotations, making sure that the bomb rotating to B isn't going to run into any surprises, and they're just mopping up now the remaining Heroic players. xertioN, the only man left alive with that Galil, and I don't know about you, Harry, but the battle I'm looking forward to is xertioN versus xertioN.
Yeah, the big xertioN matchup, I guess, would be like their name combo.
Who will be more quiet?
Yeah, dude, hang on. Yankov, you debuted the killer joke that you've been crafting, the one that you told me this morning. I can't even remember it now, but I remember saying
killer.
You should use that on the show.
No, I've been like, I've been reading this book, Harry, about an immortal cat.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's impossible to put down.
There it is. He did the joke. He did the bit. We got it in. We get it out of him. Yanko every day comes in, couple of just pre-prep jokes.
And playing in ESL Pro League is just like being a cat. You got 9 lives.
That's another good one.
Well,
this is
I've
a very
never made that
game.
noise before. Sorry, I didn't know what
look at these two teams, right? Heroic beats Rooster. Who cares, right?
Yeah.
And then they lose to Big, which is unexpected, you know.
Yeah.
Even though Big does a good job against these tier 1 teams, top 5 teams, they always have. On the other side, you have MOUZ, who gets upset by MIBR, who's been playing great so far in this tournament. And then they beat TG 2-0, but it's 19-15, 16-13. That's a really, really close game against an Evil Geniuses team that's looking a lot different and still trying to find their own way. So where do these two teams stand?
Yeah, and it comes back to that sort of topic that everybody brings up around Heroic, the fact that they don't really, or haven't really lost to these underdog teams, and that's become part of their identity. But recently they have been, right? They've been slipping up in these group stages, losing to teams they really wouldn't have a couple of months ago. So to lose against MOUZ this early on in the MOUZ project, that would be really disappointing for Heroic. And cadiaN out towards CT, shot lands on towards xertioN. We've got xertioN up in the window. He's got takes down out of the round, no problem. But jabbi should be able to have a chance of trading this, but that molly is good, and that'll force him away.
xertioN's played this well. They had him trapped in the window, and I mean, they still know he's here floating around, but he's at least got a little bit more breathing room now. jabbi still wants to try and attempt this trade, but xertioN just up and leaves the mid window entirely. So jabbi will take that real estate back. pretty slow from MOUZ right now in the 4v4. They're waiting to see if they give them anything else. And xertioN, I gotta say, he's looking like very, very dialed in right now, very warmed up.
Yeah.
And he's been MOUZ's lowest rated player this tournament, right? He's been a little bit quiet, which is surprising. Such a great player. Jimpphat punishes the aggression from Shush, so a great sign for MOUZ that xertioN is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we've seen when he has a good tournament, right? He can really step up and take over. We've seen that at the RMRs. And TeSeS, uses his own smoke to get onto the back of the bench and then has a little peek down into the underwood. How does he not get that one? Frozen, able to recover it in time and turns on the kill. And that's going to be a 4-0 start for MOUZ. So even when the guns come out here for Heroic, it's really just xertioN picks them apart, has his first death in this round, but his damage was already felt, and that's going to be a 4-0 start for MOUZ.
And Dinko, you know, thanks to your advice, I did end up reading the cadiaN interview through and through. And yeah, and then something that he was saying is, you know, they're not really following some of the principles and philosophies and so forth that they have in place in this game. They just have started off real cold. I mean, you can see stavn, jabbi, and TeSeS on 0 kills. They've just gotten 4 kills total in 4 rounds. This is not really, you know, we were not used to seeing this from Heroic. They come ready to play. We all know the huddles. I'm sure you guys heard the shouting coming in from them, right? They're one of the teams that's, if not the team that's best at sort of pumping themselves up and getting off to a running start.
And I was talking to them on the media day, and they still do feel like they have that same team atmosphere, because, you know, it is a problem.
But do you feel now they're just saying it?
Yeah, I feel like they are, because
now they're just saying it. It's like, how is it going, like, you know, with that girl? Oh, yeah, it's great.
It's great. Our relationship's fine.
Yeah, everything's fine. It's great.
Happy in paradise.
And then a month later,
the forearm disappears.
You're alone again.
I've been trying to think of like a dad joke for the longest while, and the best I've come up with. You ready for this, Yanko? What's an indecisive pirate's favorite CSGO event? The RMR. The kind of in the middle was meant to be drawn out a bit longer, right? But like, there's something there, isn't there?
That was good.
That's actually
that's really creative.
Terrible for a dad joke.
So yeah, sorry, you guys are actually having a really good discussion.
No, man, it's like
with
that was worth it.
Well, now you'll get cancelled because you have to say a mariner, not a pirate.
Oh dear. Well, dead now, of course. cadiaN has this AWP.
That's really all they have, isn't it, Harry?
Yeah, he's going to have to do some heavy lifting. These are normally rounds where cadiaN is actually pretty good at getting like very involved, but the rest of his team have fallen like flies. Usually one of the philosophies that's really driven home in Heroic and how they play these rounds is having the gun make first contact, right? And so that kind of went a bit pear-shaped.
That's also not necessarily, doesn't have to be the case, especially when there's just one op and 4 pistols, because what are you going to do with the pistols? They need to get into a position where they can be more useful, so I don't necessarily mind it. Maybe cadiaN, I guess he also probably had a bad spawn and not really much you can do from that situation. So yeah, it sucks for both 2 guys to go down before an op even fires off a shot, but hey.
He's trying to hold on to it, but he's under pressure, and so will not be able to carry it over into the next round. Gets a couple of kills on the way out, but Heroic haven't killed anybody in this game so far, right? There's like so many players just sitting on that donut of 0 kills. And we're 5 rounds into this game now. Of those sort of exit kills, there's only 4 in total for Heroic, so we got to see that start to wake up a little bit. MOUZ have come into this one looking a lot hotter.
And MOUZ have found that hidden treasure, Harry, because they're rolling in it.
The treasure.
Yeah, look at the money in the bank.
Yeah, they are. Oh damn, they loaded. Oh, kind of a gnarly way for the round. Oh, xertioN. So quick, so dialed in right now. Just looks aware of every single possibility. Frozen has found a big old gap here. And so even though these mid-fights haven't panned out, there's still a path to save this round if you're MOUZ. Now they get the 2v2 from Frozen. Jimpphat's going to go ahead and get this bomb planted. That's opened up the 2v2. Now with the bomb plant, with Heroic being pretty far away on these rotates in. Going to waste a good chunk of the time here as they try to move through. They don't really know just how deep Frozen's been able to get either. So as they approach here, they kind of need to clear some of these angles close to connector over towards the jungle. Jabbi's made it out.
That's going to work. Let's go force him into the open, into the fight, and Jimpphat's going to burn away, and the second kill come in immediately as well. So good retake for Heroic. First round on the board off the back of that.
Yeah, kit's in play for Jabbi, so he's got plenty of time to grab that defuse. And a nice way to return into the round if you're Heroic, considering that one had a lot of potential to get out of hand after they worked so hard to win out the mid-fights favorably.
But you're cool with this if you're MOUZ, right? In a sense of, well, if you win this round, it's almost even better because their loss bonus is now one peg down, and if you win this round and get the kills, they don't save any guns. You basically get to play against a half buy in the following round. Okay, I'm getting a little bit too ahead of myself. Wouldn't really be the case with this economy, but MOUZ setting up for an early A execute, and Heroic trying to get ramp control. We're going to get into an early fight here, Harry.
Yeah, Shui dropping in, first point of contact. No. Flash is going either which way, but they do wreck this close ramp player. Still, Shush is going to get out with one. I think he does well to accomplish that. Torchy, hello. Welcome to the game. He's opened up with that kill on Jabbi through the smoke.
I need a replay of that shot and of Jabbi's face.
They're scrambling right now, trying to get done both of those things. Tessez trapped in the corner at Ticket. Now that molly didn't spread to him, so he's been allowed to hang out here. They shouldn't know about this, but they're still holding the angle. They're being so careful in how they approach the 4v2. They're not going to let any little, late round gimmick like an MP9 back in the corner at spawn rob them of this. And so now it just falls to cadiaN to save his AWP.
Pretty cool to see Jimpphat playing here. I mean, a couple of years back in 2019, it was his brother Sergey playing in this exact hall and one of the tournaments that were set up in Malta way back then, and now he's in that seat in the same arena. His brother's not even playing anymore. It's kind of cool to see Counter-Strike in the family.
I like how Dinko set that up, Harry, as if he's like in the Lanxess arena, he's in this hall again, and it's just a conference room in a hotel.
In this hallowed hall.
Back in the hallowed hall of Malta.
In the legendary halls of Malta.
Of Minas Tirith.
Kind of like a Lord of the Rings vibe, almost.
Yeah.
And they found them. That's a big one. What I said, though, even with 2,900 loss bonus, cadiaN has 5,600, so can buy AWP and small armor. Two guys can buy M4s, but it's really this. Wow, that was.
They actually got you.
Yeah,
they got you both the things that you asked for.
He can't believe it. He can't believe it, and I couldn't believe it. And that's
part of me even reckons Torchy don't really believe it, man. Like we saw it from his POV. That was it was wild.
Yeah, so here it's a little bit difficult. Maybe, I mean, Shush could save, and cadiaN can go for a hero up, and then he can swap guns with Shush next round, but it's tough, right? You're 6-1 down, and to have to take an eco, not an ideal situation as we see the map veto pull through.
Yeah, right.
Talk to the veto, Yanko.
Here's the veto, guys.
This is my veto. This is Chad's nightmare and my veto. These are the normie maps.
The OGs.
Mirage, Nuke, Inferno. I like how I thought the shot was. I thought like Torchy killed him through the shadow smoke with the op. I thought that was Torchy, but he killed him through ramp, and then the smoke was like just a little bit of a sort of bait.
Distraction.
And they do end up forcing. I understand that they feel pressure to do so, and if you have some sort of a read or you have a play prepared for this mixed buy, you can get away with it. I think it's more of just a B lean and then a save if they end up going A.
Good start from Jabbi. Down through short, xertioN loses his head in that engagement. And xertioN has been a real danger man for MOUZ, right? He's just been in middle, causing so many issues.
This is a decent switch up from MOUZ. I mean, they throw a similar nades on A, but that's just to draw rotation and get space on mid. Unfortunately, they can't get the trade kill on Jabbi, so they just end up in a 4v5, and they spent most of their utility. Jabbi now pushing B apps. This is more like the Heroic we're used to seeing, and this is going to be now a very difficult position for MOUZ. They have to hit some pretty gnarly shots, I feel like, if they're going to bail themselves out of this round.
not going to be easy. It would be made a lot easier if Jimpphat could find this little window up through the connector, but it looks like, yeah, jabbi's just going to find that. Pushing all the way through the apartments, in through lower. And
Frozen comes out.
Frozen dead after one. xertioN's going to try his hand at this fight into CT, but it's a fight that TeSeS never needs to give him. Instead, it's going to fall to jabbi. Next point of contact over the stairs. And so this one's a done deal. Torshi will look to leave and save his AWP. So a bit more of a tantalizing looking round from Heroic, really.
Yeah, a great round from jabbi in particular, right? He started the round short, went all the way back through apartments, and this kind of round when they don't have as much util or don't really have the better weapons, so jabbi's able to get it done. And they needed that one. That gives them a way back into the start of this first half, Harry.
Yeah, they got to start building from it, right? They've kind of, over the last 3 rounds, they've taken 2 of them, but there's been that little gap in the middle, right? They're gonna start to hit a point where they're gonna want to streak rounds together, trying to break through MOUZ's money, which isn't quite a breaking point yet. Torshi's done it again. Another kill through the smoke. One more man in play over at mid. Heroic actually have a double push down in dark right now.
Do it again, does he?
Torshi's getting peppered with the util, peppered with the nades, and xertioN's been spammed out in the meantime. These players in dark are allowed to cross out. One of them is anyhow. cadiaN's still down there with his AWP, will cross out behind this same smoke.
Oh, finally they got rid of him. But here comes that B-pop. Bomb at the front. 2 players in xertioN straight away with a headshot. TeSeS yet to get a kill. Really struggling on that B side, and they're opened it up. It's now MOUZ down, looking to plant the bomb, and cadiaN's made the rotation over, but it is not looking good for Heroic. They don't have a lot of money to lie back on, and they're just getting blocked. Not allowed anywhere near this site for the retake to get going here.
Kind of a gnarly angle for xertioN to have taken.
Up on top of the shelves. Save call. There they go. And xertioN actually gets away with it. As stavn's retreating, but cadiaN goes into the peak. A little strange there from cadiaN, and that has allowed xertioN a double kill from that spot.
I think that's really just the frustration showing on the server.
Yeah, I mean, you can also
the
imagine,
only other thing is he thought he was maybe being chased.
That's what so that's like the only other, that was basically the out I was going to give them, was like, that is an unorthodox angle. You hear the AK, maybe you turn around, you go like, okay, if I just trade this, they stop hunting, they leave us alone. We earn the right to just leave.
Poor jabbi.
Yeah, jabbi's been, he kind of got a laugh.
Yeah. Just gone.
But I think you can see in 2 important rounds, Heroic is really wanting to focus on mid and fighting for mid and denying MOUZ mid control, but first round they won. That was when Frozen got the A, and then with some utility, that was Heroic's first gun round. And then second time around, I mean, they just took space on B, and by the time TeSeS comes back, they're already too far ahead, and he just ends up dying.
Like, xertioN's just getting so much space this whole game. It's really good to see him just all over the show. He's up in connector already. He might get that fight he's looking for with xertioN, and oh, the timing just to come off the box as soon as xertioN peeks. And that'll go Heroic, so xertioN taken out of the round this time, so he must look to someone else for MOUZ. And it's going to be xertioN walking in towards short side, fighting with a backbench pistol.
Bombs down.
But they're losing players left and right here for MOUZ, and xertioN will fall to cadiaN. A strange round to lose here for MOUZ.
Yeah, the bomb's dropped over on Cat as well. Kind of a dire place to lose it. Going to be a real struggle for Frozen here. And the dink in the first fight, yeah, he's done. No way you win this 1v3, even if you are Frozen.
That Heroic can come out of this with double op setup. If Frozen could take one of those ops away.
Yeah, I was going to say, you say that. stavn swinging out, takes him out with the USP. I like that. The low call has come in. And so they just go hunting for Frozen. They don't even let him make it weird.
You know, even though Heroic have been struggling, we've seen slow starts, in particular in that big game. And then they came back into it, right? They don't really make the map easy for you. You can get a good start, but Heroic are always going to find a way to make it competitive and make it long it out essentially towards the end. So maybe this is those kind of rounds they're picking up. MOUZ can't really let them fall too often. And it's going to be Torchy going out towards top mid boxes, searching for that opening. No one giving him a chance. There has been a drop down into the underpass. xertioN's trying to clear that out with some spam, but jabbi in the safe spot for the time being. xertioN maybe getting a little too far ahead of himself. Back-to-back rounds now, he's gone down without any impact.
Torchy tries swinging out from the top of middle, but double swung. cadiaN supporting the lower play. And MOUZ is suddenly lacking the manpower here. Just going to group up with the remaining 3 over towards B, but cadiaN 1 step ahead on his AWP on the rotate. Already set up, nails that first shot onto Jimpphat. Now Tessez holds the line from short, and this one falls apart for the MOUZ squad. cadiaN's getting loud as he puts up 3 in that round.
Yeah, and a necessary timeout, I believe, for MOUZ. They need to make some adjustments for the following gun rounds. A lot of it is just being, you know, deep couple of A-pops, right? For example, here, they weren't necessarily in a bad situation. I just think the communication died in sort of these moments when we first had xertioN try to walk through the smoke without any pressure being put on mid, right? Like, why don't you need to be doing something so that jabbi turns away towards mid if he's indeed towards those lower stairs, and then xertioN sort of just pushes through smoke, kills him in the back. jabbi has that false sense of security because of the smoke. The other thing being, right, Torchy just speaking again without any utility. The rifles aren't trying to gain ground if he's indeed being held. Like jabbi and cadiaN were both holding that angle, so 2 sort of cheap deaths, it feels like, for MOUZ at the start of that round.
Yeah, this would be a cheap round as well for Heroic. Full Glocks for MOUZ. They're going to walk their way towards B. This could be great for Tessez. You know, he's just got his first kill in the last round. Here comes a Glock rush towards him. He's going to get quite a few kills, you would suspect. Here they come. Charging, the pitter-patter of Glock feet running towards Tessez. He'll hold down, he'll get a double and pulls out the USP. cadiaN stealing a few away from him. He will get the shot at the final player, and stavn will take that one as well. So he gets 2 out of it. The B play is stopped, and we now move forward to see some of those adjustments perhaps MOUZ will make.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult in this round because they don't have a lot of utility, really, because of the loss bonus, mostly 4,400 on a lot of players, so they won't have full flashes. And this is important, right, for Heroic. Heroic is probably aware of this, so this affects your call in freeze time, right? Like, you understand that the options for the Ts are limited, so what you want to do as a CT also changes.
Oh, the ramp aggression was cooled off. Maybe that's for the better. Frozen's here trying to get a bit of a leash on it. Instead, Heroic have looked to take a deeper stance over towards Palace. stavn pushing in there with his AWP. It's a good angle for him. It's a good fight for him. And it's good info for Heroic to play around as well. Just having that knowledge that Palace is locked down. And who knows, there might even be a kill presenting itself here as Frozen starts to move in. The rest of MOUZ secure this foothold down in mid. They might look to get xertioN back in the window. That was kind of how they opened up this game, was having him look for room over there. And it was jabbi on the receiving end of xertioN to open this up for MOUZ at the start of this game. But he's just going to play through the smoke. Rest of MOUZ now grouping for the A hit. We still have this fight that we've kind of been waiting for a while now, about to take place over in Palace, and there's stavn picking up that kill. So Frozen is out of the picture. xertioN dies in the window. This is starting to fall apart here. And the AWP is a big part of it for Heroic. Great job from stavn. A hat-trick for him. That's now a couple of multi-kill rounds from these AWPs, and that's bringing Heroic back into the fold.
Yeah, more like the Heroic we're used to seeing. They're starting to get rolling here. MOUZ without even the bomb plan. This has to be another half buy, right? So one more gun round. Heroic could even end up winning this half, which would be rather impressive considering how bad of a start they got off to.
Yeah, it's really stopped working for MOUZ, hasn't it? You know, they were getting xertioN into those early positions. He was getting them those openings, finding them those kills that created the options for them, but they're no longer getting early openings. Heroic haven't given them those opportunities, and there hasn't really been a solution found for Shui.
That was a weird call for me, considering the utility, right? I mean, it was going to be tough to take mid and get into those positions with limited utility. They got to do that, but then even for the split, you don't have much left. I would have preferred something a little bit faster, a little bit riskier, even though it's a little bit more predictable, but just give your players, you know, make some trades happen, because then the lack of utility won't matter as much for you.
Fast B-pop, pistols move in, jabbi will get caught. He's committed to the apps fight. Tesses from the back of the site deals with that one straggler that gets away over towards short and now focuses back on the rest of the pack. It's a quick, clean shutdown for the most part. Only losing jabbi on that B play. And so Heroic tie this game up heading into round 15. Considering this starts 7-2 in MOUZ's favor, this is no small feat for Heroic to be in the point now where they could look to win out the half.
Maybe impossible to put down that cap, but this MOUZ has died in this first half pretty quickly, hasn't it? One round left.
There's the throwback humor. We all remember the cat joke. And now we brought it full
unforgettable,
circle with
actually,
the
Harry.
Thanks for explaining it for everyone, Harry.
I always find you got to explain it. You know, what if someone only just tuned in and now they know, like, oh, there was a cat joke earlier.
I mean, it was never going to, you know, for MOUZ, it was never going to work. They're cat's biggest enemy.
There we go.
An elephant. They take down an elephant, no problem. And the elephant in the room is Tessis has not been having a fantastic game inside of B. He's gone. xertioN takes his head right off, and a simple call for MOUZ might be the one that closes out this half. jabbi in from the market. Just taking his time because the teammates are setting up from short as well. Heroic will attempt this retake, throwing everything they've got into trying to secure it, but because MOUZ took the site so successfully and so quickly at the beginning of the round, they still have a few pieces of utility left. They smoke out the market window once again, and eventually Heroic must go. It is jabbi exiting the doorway, has his teammate, but they're being fended off by Shui for the time being. Torzi coming in to a help, and MOUZ so far in this post plan holding strong. It's just stavn and it will be closed. Strong first half start for MOUZ, fizzled out towards the end, but they finished with the last round available. Hit 7, as close as you can get it. Join us after this.
Breaking news coming out of the Into the Breach camp. Yes, they have faltered, fumbled, and, well, fell apart as a lineup. But here in this instance, I want to talk about the two new additions to the team itself. Kicker now having been announced today, MOUZ just the other day, does leave a few question marks as to how this team will round out. Now, of course, this is Trace from Space, and you can assure yourself that this is also breaking news.
He's got a chance in this one. Makes it look too clean.
Welcome back to ESL Pro League here in Malta. We've got xertioN taking on MOUZ. A marginal lead for MOUZ as we head into the second half. My name is Nico, joined by Yanko and Harry for the remainder of this first map. What have you made of it so far, Yanko, in terms of the approach from both teams?
I don't know. Harry asked me, am I sometimes surprised at how little people change? Where I just said, actually the process is the same. They just have tiny clothes. Twist around, Nico. Take it away.
Wow. Wow.
Fantastic.
I wasn't ready for it. Yeah, I wasn't ready for that, Yanko. That was a... We said we were going to have jokes off the top, and you've really nailed it. Here we go. We're right into a pistol round. As I'm kind of blindsided. Shuey backed up all the way in towards the spawn. He's going to get flashed in by cadiaN. Shuey, what you got for us? Him and Jimpphat fighting for this, and they'll lock xertioN out of CT. It's just cadiaN now. Now, we do have to extend him the rights that he can look to win clutches like this, but not in this round. Already locked out before I can finish the sentence.
Jokes, comedian's dead. Here we go. It's going to be a round for MOUZ takedown.
Canadian.
Canadian?
Yeah, that's what Chad said the other day.
Canadians are known for being funny.
That was a sick shot from Frozen. He got two there. A lot of times in these pistols, it's about like, if Frozen gets 2 kills, it's over. If he doesn't kill anyone and dies, then it's probably, you know, xertioN's win, because by the time rotation comes in, xertioN has already gained too much ground and has the bodies to trade. And Frozen, he's really been on point this year, one of the best riflers. Despite MOUZ struggling at times to find success as a team, he's been playing incredibly well.
Well, this round's already gotten off to a bit of a rough start. Having jabbi try to make a bit of a play down through mid. He's been tagged up, so they're going to trade the Galils around here at our xertioN. They've got enough util to try and pump something over here in towards there. You're going to have to leave an area open, so you assume it will be CT. Maybe look to fight for that control straight up. But that will leave Frozen with some open sight lines here. Util comes over, stairs and jungle both blocked. Shuey trying to play through it, but xertioN are aware of that, so they've dropped the molly at bench. Frozen doesn't elect to fight for this. He knows that xertioN, with leaving CT open, almost feel forced to fight for this control, but that's where xertioN make a different move. They flash through these smokes at jungle and into connector, and they were hoping that that would make the difference, but Torshi does not let them pass.
Why?
stavn.
He's feeling it.
Given one, Torshi was really believing in his ability with the dualies. jabbi wins a fight down in middle, but the defuse held for MOUZ. He wasn't able to get there in time.
That was the sound.
No, I know. That was, sorry, but that was, did you just make that noise?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that. I was kind of looking, you were sat so normally, like that hadn't, yeah, man,
Yeah,
that
was
was
just
pretty dead on.
top guard. Couple of great kills by Torji. Switches to the dualies, jumps on the box. Then unnecessary, really, the peek towards apps. With the dualies, you know, you've done enough. But okay. Bit of style points, I guess. And xertioN, another force buy. Really trying to get that early control of the economy. You know, it's a lot of rounds that they need to win on this T side in order to be able to win the game. So need that early boost.
stavn's about to get peeked. I don't know how he wins that fight, but stavn recovers it. Shui goes into it, and the CTs have lost a member already, so pretty good start to this force buy for Heroic. Torji gets smoked out, so he can't really assist for now. And Frozen's just gonna have to stand tall at the top of connector, a couple of taps to the knees of xertioN. And they will eventually try and get up the connector, but xertioN's going for that peek at the right timing. And FAMAS couldn't quite get the second, but does have a second player behind him. And that teammate of Jimpphat is able to plug the gap. And now the playing towards B starts. jabbi at the front of it, gets to the bench. Oh, gets dinked immediately. So will no longer feel bold enough to re-peek up over the top of the bench and is now calling for his teammates to come and help him. Two of these three Heroic players are so low on health, so those nades can be really impactful. Torzi sent in, takes out stavn,
Ooh.
and now Jimpphat creeping ever closer. 23 seconds, kill to the back, and cadiaN stuck in the apartments. There's no way he can win this one, not even cadiaN.
Yeah, just has to back away and ride it off, and even then, MOUZ don't want to extend that hand to the guy. They're still looking to remove this gun right at the close. Honestly, this is a pretty, like, out of everyone saving, kind of the best one. cadiaN still has $2 grand in his bank, so they can look to invest in the next round and still have the Galil to work with here. You got enough money for everyone else to look to buy, you know, you could even get like armor P250 here. Have a couple of armored players on the team. So there's ways that Heroic can try and make this work out for them.
Did you ever freestyle with the Harry Hugo combo last season, Yanko?
No,
Oh, dude, I mean,
I think that's possible really for me to do.
no, yeah.
I feel like
you want to or you don't want to?
I don't want.
Yeah,
to.
no,
Harry,
fair
please.
enough. No,
Harry,
don't
please,
worry.
mercy, Harry.
No. No one's gonna come along and make you freestyle. But if it were like a highly orchestrated track with a lot of editing and trimming and whatnot, then maybe
I can do a great like as you're freestyling. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, coming in with the ad libs.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Okay, I kind of like that. I believe you there.
DJ Yanko, you know? They could get some voice lines thrown in there.
DJ Yanko at the start. It could be kind of fire.
One more.
One more. That's your thing. One more.
You can add that in, Harry, and mix
Instead of another one, it's just one more.
Eating up in the kitchen. Yeah, he just sitting
Who
behind
let
that.
jabbi cook?
For example, this is a good setup for MOUZ, anticipating the pistols plus the saved Galil, and they open 3B. You know, the fastest way to lose this round is if they do something fast on B and you lose the site. If they go A and even get the site, you can still retake.
Well, they're trying to get out. It's a bit of a limp attack to the B side here. xertioN's going to be under a little bit of pressure. xertioN will be dealt with. Second kill is good too, and xertioN has no issues in dealing with 3 Heroic members. Torzi gets the rest, and there is no hope for Heroic to get to that B side. 12-7. MOUZ 4 rounds away already from taking map 1 of this series.
And I think that's really important, right? Understanding the buy and positioning yourself correctly. You know, I think Heroic made that mistake yesterday against Big. I think it was against Big a few times on Inferno, right? When they were playing a little bit too close, and Big's buy was, you know, their economy was in a little bit of trouble. And you just make the game easier for you with things like this. Okay, they go A, they throw the smokes. You maybe get a kill through the smoke, you survive. They don't gain any extra ground. Right? If they want to, they have to flash through smokes and stuff, which can punish them like we see Torji do earlier. And just play the simple game to open things up, right? Don't overthink it, don't overcomplicate it. One step at a time.
Route planning and positioning is the key. I mean, it's kind of like in Lord of the Rings, how like Gollum takes them through the swamps, right? To get past
marshes,
as opposed to through the marshes or whatever, yeah. Shush. Opener found through the palace. Frozen's heard him drop down into his domain. But isn't really in the position to react. He's hoping to play the long con here. However, that molly complicates matters for Frozen. And now they know about him under palace. He's got players above him and in front of him. How are you meant to win this if you're Frozen? Shouldn't be possible. Shouldn't be doable. And it's not, as demonstrated there. Ooh. Jimpphat's on this flank.
He is.
Being held,
being watched.
considered, and so Shush will put a stop to it. Great round out of Shush. He put up 4 there on the entry.
Yeah, that felt a little bit strange how everything unfolded, right? Torji, and if he just got spammed through the smoke, he was in CT, he could have, you know, done a little bit of something, and then players start dying, trying to sort of help Frozen get out of that rough spot. Flash and whatnot get caught out a little bit with their nades. Okay, a timeout from MOUZ. Cycro maybe wanting to sort of figure out what they want to do with their money. You know, Torji doesn't have enough to buy, the rest of the players have, but it's not ideal. So do you force, do you eco, and then, you know, since you have some rounds to work with, want to have an optimal buy in the following round, but they decide to buy here. And this is okay regarding the score as well. I mean, they're at 12-8, so even if it doesn't work out, they eco one, they're still in the lead by the time they come to the next buy.
So just trying to maximize the number of buy rounds they get, but that's one of the rifles already gone. Not in a spot where Torshi could ever dream of getting it back either. Drop down in mid. On its way to the out through the connector towards lower tunnel. That's going to be a tricky one for him to receive. Retrieve, rather.
And in this situation, you're like, okay, trying to figure out, can we get information somewhere else or stack or whatnot, but Heroic is pouncing towards the B-bombs.
Jimpphat from the back of the bench. It's the first couple, but he's acting as the distraction as well. He has that second layer to the defense on the Ninja boxes, but it might not even really need to come into play because Shu has arrived on rotation. Jimpphat is still fragging out from the bench, and the round is done. MOUZ collapse on the attack of Heroic. 13 rounds locked in.
Wow, that was pretty sick by Jimpphat. I mean, there was really only 2 players there from MOUZ, and I think one of them was Torshi with the 5-7.
Yeah, who was boosted and like not even in a position to help him, really. Like, that's only a position that gets activated once they get into the site, and they never even made it that far.
That was incredible. They looked to be in a really rough spot.
Yeah,
right?
it came off the back of xertioN dying first, right, as well, so MOUZ are down a player right from the get-go.
Instead, they denied the consecutive round win for Heroic, who wants to go back to that B-bomb site yet again.
Here they go. Running it back. They want a second taste of Jimpphat. And it is going to be xertioN out towards short. Go kill up into the apartments. Jimpphat stepping up with him. And it's really gone as you would expect. They're going to leave B and hope that Tessus' pathway through the connectors open up a chance. And good shot into Frozen's head. That will alert the systems to start moving back over towards A to try and defend this. And stavn's coming out through middle.
stavn now.
Down. Now.
Let's see if he can take him down, stavn. Oh, they lose Tesses on this lurk. And stavn might just be a dead man. xertioN is waiting on the fade of the smoke, but stavn creeps past him. This one's still got some legs on it. cadiaN's been waiting back in the apartments. It was always Heroic's intention to end back over towards this B site. cadiaN's homed in, but he can't hold the market forever. 30 seconds left. He's got to get that bomb crossed, and stavn looks to make it happen. One more kill from the man, and that's when Jimpphat strikes back at the site. cadiaN, even though that molly's going to force a swing, cadiaN's already bowing out of this.
Yeah, he goes under. He would have to get his sprint shoes on here. He's going to sprint all the way through the underpass to get back to the site. He is confident about it, but he's taking a little second there, and that might cost him. Running to the side, no time. I think, yeah, that second looking back short probably did cost him that.
I don't think it's that. I think it's, you know, he didn't want to start running immediately in case he can be heard, but if he did, he would have had it. Could have been a great opportunity, just miscalculate by a little bit. Now MOUZ 14-8 up. Heroic has to buy here with the saved op, right? Trying to discuss how they can do it. And we saw some of those set plays not really working out for them. It's difficult to start defaulting now. Maybe if cadiaN has a good spawn or something along those lines, he calls something around himself. But Jimpphat, yeah, it's not a good spot at all. But Jimpphat has been playing great on the CT side as that B anchor, right? Just sort of playing it really smart in this situation when stavn is coming up short, right? Spending time, not challenging unnecessarily, making sure that he plays with his team. So that's been great to see. And yeah, just a much more solid MOUZ, it feels like, than what we've seen so far in the tournament. Perhaps they needed a couple of games to get warmed up. But looking good here on their own map pick versus Heroic.
Yeah. I think there may be a few warning systems started getting alarmed when they lost to MIBR, but I think as you've seen MIBR progress through the tournament, we understand the level they're coming into Pro League with.
So what DEFCON do you think MOUZ is in now, Zinko?
DEFCON 6.
That's the lightest one, no? Like DEFCON 1 is the highest alert.
Yeah, I don't feel it's that bad right now.
Ah, so there's no, like DEFCON 6 is like
Everything's pretty much
it's
fine.
like utopia, you know. Everything is the United
Well, it is
States
right now,
at that point. Yeah, I mean now, but coming into this game. But you said alarm bells were raised. Alarms were, you know, horns were glaring.
Yeah, I'll say
The horns! The
Sound the
horns are
horns.
glaring! Look at this! Exertion! His horn gets chopped off over towards ramp. It's gone now. Just a horse. 4v4.
no longer
MOUZ.
unicorn.
They've dealt with the attempt to get up through ramp early. More util steaming over the top of the A site. stavn trying to get out through ramp. Will it be stavn or stavn today? Frozen from CT has got support every step of the way here. Teammate at stairs, another teammate fighting alongside him at CT and Shui. But the bomb's actually trying to go up through Cat right now. Torshi is going to get pincered by this. cadiaN strikes him down out of the round.
17 seconds.
Very low on time, and so that's forced the change of play into A, but it's just cadiaN left, and he's caught from jungle, leaving it down to the wire, and Heroic can't get it done. MOUZ fine 15.
Yeah, that's DEFCON 1 for Heroic though, Yanka, that's for sure. This is crazy. I didn't expect them to get blown out of the water this badly. It looked like a few rounds earlier in the game as well, so maybe they were starting to come back into it, but this second half, there's been nothing to talk about on the T side.
Yeah, they couldn't find any momentum. The lost the pistol round, the force buys didn't work. You win one gun round, you can't win 2 in a row to sort of force MOUZ to go on an eco and have some easy rounds. It's not the problem that it's just gun rounds, it's gun rounds where you're always sort of a little bit behind, either in terms of weaponry or just your opponents are playing with a lot of confidence.
Wow, this one might be coming to a close real soon. MOUZ up a player, Heroic fully committed into this A play. And everybody is starting to converge on this A site from the CT side too. They've even got a flank coming in of xertioN a little bit later on. They're just taking the time, Heroic. Stuck at Tetris, nowhere else to go. It has to be this A finish. And Torshi peeks out, good shot on stavn. And now looking for a little bit more. It's Frozen out from the back, a triple.
Nice from Frozen.
Yeah, Frozen and Teshes, they are able to close it. A strong showing for MOUZ as they take map 1 versus Heroic. It wasn't really that competitive. Time to see if Heroic can bounce back, or this series is going MOUZ's way.